Sammy akwa ba bibi aboko de.
Obi. You go soup him so.
Well, them do the brewo ho.
I said the opamo no so unyaya. I was unya dwane. Ti. The di echi ni nyamfi ho. Ti kwa na wo se yakonko de nko yanim. Kopem se oman no befa ntuma pefra. Na omanfo ho ahenhan won kakra. Na ahoto a ani mpuntu a yenyina yɛhwehwɛ sɛ ɛbɛba wo man ni mu etimi aba ɛno nti ne yɛyɛ de yɛyɛ ɛnyɛ sɛ sebio yɛnum kekae nti na yɛpɛ kasa papa so pa ngoma so ɛnyɛ nanum de nti a na mmom ne yɛyɛ nti nti de yɛyɛ nyina no ɛyɛ ɔman Ghana yɛyɛ nti yɛyɛ nyina yɛyɛ nti a ɛne yɛndaache nti na yɛyɛ de yɛyɛ nyina nti yɛgu so
police force or more hwehwɛ mo
hwehwɛ
organizers of the demonstration.
Oh, are you talking about Omokrata or Modeba?
Yes, statements nearby, yes.
Ebenadano.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Makinkan be. Me statement needy can buy, you know, me friend ACP Henry Otu.
Okay.
Also Director of Operations of the Ghana Police Service, and only opinion pa. Krata a police for the bray in relation to demonstration Ibiana and Sasha.
Okay.
To be designed as a opinion, need you more. Matese a police for shame. Yampa. Some no say Ogusua Waya who boa a pair a police for a moment boy who buying.
Day two
demonstration, Wintino. No, nya way of Ibiasa. Tim Bonamania says, or if you no cressa or fremia, I'm just a phone call away. Police station cry, you hear me, no mebana, yachime. Na there was a yaka. So that has been all. The second day, no, I mean, any police for another demonstration, we spoke, we interacted, everything was cordial. Since then, so any nobody didn't come and they say Kramako CID headquarters. My name is colleagues Mensa Thompson of Asepa, na Kobe Ballon Wohobi, na Yenuya Kasu from civil society, any other comrades to secure bail for Nipa 29 na a police for boy amaniyeso mochiomo on the first day of the demonstration. You call in a police for my who say the day before no back ARA pa per the assessment of the situation there was all money bail into your mama back bail.
Okay.
Into aka 28. Omo yesen ka omo person body omo court. But the ne a matters day so the courts are not sitting. And omo person omo be hoodi arrested person beyond 48 hours in violation of their rights, the constitution and the laws of the country, you know. They accepted our plea to give the arrested persons police inquiry bail.
Okay.
And then sisi ameno kase ama arrested persons in bail. But akase ombe fulfill bail conditions,
okay.
Which is for them to get one surety. Awaye abanjuma yenia. Oje bosomi aketua 2,000 Ghana cedis and above.
Each of them
yes.
should get one surety.
In fact, that was the initial condition.
Okay.
Nti ya pa omwacho na ekoba say yempe one surety for 2 arrested people.
Okay.
Still need free say be honors because nipa 28 days pay 2 cry you need 14.
14.
Yeah. Nti we engaged them and they reasoned with us say yenya surety ba ko be to me nipa miensa. But me cry me offer senka me pese me gina mu ma wo nyina but for some reasons they said they cannot allow me. And when ti omo pene so say yenya surety ba ko be to me gina mu ma nipa miensa. And the na hia ye pa na say ye be hu baby a nipa ya che wo mo no mo because omo busuafo bebre mo ra ho a omo nim de ekoso. Omo din ni omo details omo amfa amaye. But the omo ye was a commend the omo say omo ye hu say okotesa no police station omo ayechi omo no 9 ewo ho okonima police station 10 ewo ho oko Usu police station 4 ewo ho.
Okay.
Oko La Badi police station 4 ewo ho. And our ministry so baba ko 1 ewo ho. Teenagers as organizers no ye hwe na ye pe sureties. Ansana mi be wura no na yenya sureties biensa. Omo akọ Tesano police station.
Okay.
To stand in for the
9 ewo ho.
The 9 na ewo ho no. Maybe you so asoma ebi mo so yenya sureties ni bi omo so akudru Nima police station sisi nti yenya me nwanwa se ye prepare aye kase omo sinsanse sankrata no na was a police for ko hebe bi omo tene ade nti minim se omo so before the day ends no na yewia omo so betumi enya bill Usuni Labadi ni ministry so yoguso.
Okay.
They see and so as leaders of our Rise Ghana and they say in Unibedjo 5 p.m. 6 p.m. there. Na yetimi enya sureties ni nyina ama obia akofie akwadidi ahuna busuafo. Nti enna na hia yepa because nipa de yeje o liberty free mu a eno no hia chen bibia. So once we're able to secure that and we got some of our comrades to work on the sureties, you know. But let me finish your answer. So ehona me free by idea quarters.
Okay.
Answer na of course ya kwa chia omo prepare.
Omo to prepare. Hospital.
Yeah, and
nipa saying
obi unze demonstration no first day ni nipa buy no mo dos. With thousands and thousands of people there. Now, it's not easy for you to ascertain the specific number of people on my at this stage. So far, air reports there over 70 people.
And
70 people. And
various degrees
on my
of
report say on my prepra.
Okay.
It be a very serious. It be a rubber bullet. It be a fractures. Or there's a baby so very serious. But yeah, the information acquired one thing. And of course, we've spoken to our coordinators of the communities where we mobilize people from. Say, or more information in Kwabonte. Na obi biara upraye no, omomaya sonte. So that in the days ahead, no, you be to me akosra wo munyina hwese na won husitie. Na e wo say ye boa wo mo, omaya rehwe mu enro mo benom, de mo bedi. So that to speed up their recovery. Na yetimi ayesa de. Nti yefiti say dwumedi na se. Yani mu nua no mo central phobia ye call Kolebu clinic hona ye nua ba ko ni ayi to rubber bullet man ball na ni achia
the ball na ni papa turn na ni afi kakra
yeah na ni afi kakra
yeah na ni
yeah
Jackson, you have that picture?
Yeah, they call Kolebu eye is it eye center? Yeah. Honorable Member of Parliament for Ablikuma South,
okay,
who facilitated that appointment for us. And in fact, hospital for Nimpenyu, for nurses and doctors, they received us well, and they gave us access. You can see, say, Oya Mupa is in pain, but at least so kakra. Ti bibi kakra yesu bi tumi aye de aboa ne treatment no yeah. Yakasa hye nim kran se enya de a ye be abandon ne da ti ebusuani ano ni nua ba ye na kasa ya je ne number ye de ne number so ama no member of parliament of the area no so onim no nti abo mama ne se omonfo mani ni akire yeso ye be ma ye na ye ntiti awo because o tie the doctor na kana the condition is serious kakra
nani no
is serious.
And so opese wo hu a oba Facebook a obe hu papa na ye ka ne ho asem no. And na say e kakaka bi anke boy o.
Pimpin kra no tie the doctor na kana say ani ntimi hu ade.
Oh wow.
Presently. But
okay.
There is that assurance say with the right
medication
treatment and medication no ne ho betimi atono nti ade e be bia se yebetonton ye hu nyema nyina kra na de apesika manasa treatment na we would do it because obedient na
no then the born any
I'm sure to be rubber bullet because ade nko na Ghana ni papa na ni afisa na ahokyere wo man ni mu enye man nkoye petrol bo aye den aduane bo aye den and will be so. Was a me Ghana ni Ghana mrama me ho kwan se nyema nko yi amitimi yo yeche me be yo yeche na sa nyema we nyina kwisi mani prase to be are ho asfem pa se abanesa.
The next question, of course,
if you also your call you know Robert Lai ho alajo ya was so central so abrantia ono so stampede no che se ohuri na ne nan ko hye car mu na nan ko loko hye car mu baby che se so ne nan na bupa fractured leg.
Wow.
No so in pain. He was in high spirit when we visited him. And also so kakra ebe to me the na e de abo ni treatment na ye. Na no there is just the beginning. Ye ni be di omachi. Ni ya make sure so bia ho beto no. Na omatimi aba be kan ho biem. No nti the aye no ye nua no bebre wa shaman a o ma prepare. Odododio bi abobo mo rubber bullet bi fractures and the keka it may be wa shama no crowd any teach say
ye no pese wo hu visit na sameka ho asem no anope omo ye no oba Facebook yen saka pictures ne bi wo hu honorable MP4 Ablekuma South and okay the guy when nya fracture no on no share pink
Robert Lai
yes enti oba obi hu ofie omoko ekokohwe nti pictures ni twegu while we talk.
So that's what we've been doing today.
Okay.
Because it's a demonstration or the most important thing is that we will not leave anybody on the battlefield, but we will make sure that everyone is taken good care of. And we see anona yuguswa ye and it's yenu no more omo prepare munya hu ye no enye ye nifa so kra. We care about all of you. We will never neglect you. We will stand with you every step of the way. Na enche no en nakakra we ye no be hu se ba be chacha munyina se ye nifa so ne entumi amma na waboy amane because nipa ne doso se ne be ya ye be hu be obi a wona yetumi aba be cha omunti obi. That is what we have done. Me apart from that no me nyanya information bia from the police but of course anytime a police for better almost afraid no we'll make ourselves
but
available.
do you agree with Omoayeka say for more as organizers you should be surcharged with some of the damage to public property, especially police for cars as share boy any adam
no munim di omoka omoka sa nyame for mo bon enche o
adentia
nyame for mo bon enche because the police referred to Section 3, I suppose, of the Public Order Act, right?
Yes.
They should read it well. What does Section 3 says? See, a demonstration, and the organizer of the demonstration who will be found to have caused damage to public property, what they say, will be surcharged with the cost of that. And
it should be the direct act of the organizer.
Na me Sammy Gyamfi ameti me ko demonstration me kita handkerchief in the phone. Me manfa bibia Benan Mona yempenyifo na ewo ho APC for General Secretary, Women Organizer, Youth Organizer, PNC for Communication Secretary, ene omo Women's Organizer, GUM for General Secretary, yenua ya Obama driver for no Willinum, ya driver for mobile fishermen e bae yenua ukadam for ba e bae yenuanom ya can say listo on anapokuno bobi ansanom beechanfonom. Nobody engage in any violence, nobody engage in any lawlessness. Bibia say any nti obi on say me Sammy Gyamfi and now the leaders of Arise Ghana AABB to undermine or breach the peace or to destroy public property or say what's our evidence. Don't find rabonting. What you say Bibia say any also where from that talk. Bibia say any no more mokasa ni nyame from born in chomo pa.
Oh. Nyame from born in chomo.
Na say wutimi tena se na obo sirim ka asem tu obi so. Abra obi nipa kwa nenye sa bon na
wakoto bo.
But that is not the law.
But mu and am organizers of the demonstration.
Obi Google Section 3 no. Mfisa no be boy. Google Section 3 no na kind ye wo. Why? Because when it comes to crime,
vicarious liability name oh.
You say acts in personam. You understand? So if you're saying that somebody has committed a criminal offense, then you must be able to adduce that the evidence to show that criminal, even if it is a strict liability offense, you must show a lawyer for the act is rules, that direct act that is prohibited by law. Nipa kron why? So Bibia saying we have been peaceful, we have been law abiding.
Ebase be almost say charge more. Ebia enye a criminal offense per se.
No, but any offense that a punishment is prescribed for is a crime. Because it is not even surcharge. Read it. Should I help you?
Yeah. Do you have it?
Okay, I can just pull it out for you.
Yeah, if you have it, it'll be.
Okay. Section 3. Responsibility of organizers and other persons. Where at a special event, damage is caused to public property, the organizer or any other persons found to have been responsible for the damage caused are liable to pay the cost of the damage. So it is not just the responsibility of organizers, it is responsibility of organizers and other persons. And it says, where at a special event damage is caused to public property, the organizer or any other persons found to have been responsible for the damage caused are liable to pay for the cost of the damage. So you should have been found
to be responsible,
to have been responsible for that damage. And I'm saying none of us are responsible for any damage. The evidence shows biara to make sure say demonstration be asumdwe. Biara to conform and abide by the laws of this country in good faith. And a police if one kasa so we be kind of crowd be doing dance here. Both on day 1, day 2, and in the days preceding the demonstration. Some of the letters they've written to us, they commended us highly for how we cooperated with them throughout the process. Say last minute, we breached that good faith and that cordial engagement. Na Ekofasa ansem by very regrettable, very very regrettable, and avoidable.
But on sir matter of good faith, I think up because of the roots our police for instance say a honom person mofa. The Public Order Act and so Emma police for some level of authority in deciding that into control of routes and crowd where section 2 subsection 1 say a police officer shall take the steps that are reasonably necessary in a public place to assist in the proper conduct of a special event by directing the route of the event to prevent obstruction of pedestrian or vehicular traffic. B, to disperse crowds at a special event where the police officer has reasonable grounds to believe that a breach of the peace is likely to occur, or if a breach of the peace has occurred or is occurring, in order to prevent violence, restore order, and preserve the peace. In assisting the proper conduct of a special event, the police can direct the route of the event to prevent obstruction of pedestrian or vehicular traffic. And if the police tells you, say, they will not allow you to use ring road, it is within their power so to do. No.
Let's read the law well. And I'll come to these legal issues. But Obi, ansani ebe bahano. Yemisa ya wonse dienti kra ena arise Ghana for. Edi si won ne so si ebe yesa oyechire we. Oyechire na efade ho. Because for me enu ni hia pa. Oti eno na si ya ebe boa masa issues of law technicalities ni nyina no. Woti mi ati ase. Obi ye nyina yete oman mu. Ahokyere ye nyina aso manfo ye komuno Ghana fo ye komuno. Ye nyina ye nimsemwa. Enye man koye. Ni pebre ene woton a yento ufiri a yentua wodo nsa hye obutomu a ensi hwe so adwuma ni krum sika ni krum ni pebre nanso ye beda asori bia no na petro bo kwa na ekosoro diesel bo kwa na ekosoro LPG gas ayede no anu aduane kwa na ekosoro eno ama ka bo ayeden ama bibie wodwa so bia so bo ayeden enkankan ne aduane bo aduane a ye be den ye bedi obi 2016
Asempa FM
omampenye kufuado bawumia MPP aban yi ba ne ye to petrol gallon ba ko 14 Ghana cedis eni ebo no diesel akodu 61 Ghana cedis a gallon aden yenka se ma nyema bo nkosoro papem pomponso no look at the quantum of the increase and at the times period sa increase naba na bisa ho se sika e bagana fo botom no omu incomes no intumu bisa abamu ana petrol boy akoso iso e ya ban no tema wonni ene amambo na omu ni yie no na amana basa because ahokyira ye wo mu nyinaa aban no the baller tax sanitation levy ato petrol ni diesel so aban no the energy sector levy new one because the president Mahama de buy omoka say yetimoden to omo betwam no omo share so omo betwam no eno omo ntwam omo to be 30% e de akosi awowa a eto e wosanke yetua wie 2020 ene na nado se yentua ekopem 2035 owie no wasanso the esla for about 20 pesos of on every liter of diesel and petrol obi tiemio owie o to obi te special petroleum tax emra eda ho no hwa e wosenka to no yeja itua by 2017 aban ni twam because the Mahama ni NDC aban de sa to ne buy ne say samre 2015 no na amansen dwaso bo of oil agana ye tu no ha e de kwa amansen dwaso koto no na ate abafom to mampanyi Mahama e de sa to ne ba say yentu ato no na oman ni nya sika mfa nya mpuntuo na se ebo no ekosoro wa amansen dwaso na Ghana oil exports ekosoro ye yitu ne firi ho into Bruni say that tax had a sunset clause enye permanent tax ebreda so ebrena so abayne so onyim firi ho meanwhile abayne promises obe ye firi ho Mahama abreso na 41 pesos ene ye 46 pesos aden ena ye wa ho kiremu na atimodin ne tema abayne ninti wasasa to we nyina gu petrol so now for bibi to say price stabilization and recovery levy emrane say ye to petrol yentua to wo so a abayne bejeje ato futuo bi mu na mra amansan dwa so bo of petrol be kosoro no aban no de atebo no so subsidy e de akushin omanfo amomo wa he han omo aban betena konwa so mfie num ne fani wagege sa to ye sika over 3 billion on fam provide subsidies no enti sanyema we nyina nkamfu ano ene ni titiriu Ghana cedi na apaska owura bawumia ne kenuforiata omantimi antoto ne yie na economy aye basa yesika sem asay na ne dollar atwam 8 Ghana cedis no eno ena ama petrol bo aye den ama car bo aye den na no so ka ho bi pa especially dollar no ena ama aduane bo aye den
So I believe these reasons are known.
Yeah.
Mark around aye engagement baby they are to Ghana for him. And no am so na bia ma ye hu numbers a mu hu e wo ho no.
Matese na obi to the radio bi so okay, yeah, let's ignore them. Let's ignore them.
And ma ye hu numbers a mu hu wo ho no. But unfortunately the demonstration was tainted on the first day.
Yeah.
Because of Nyoma ECC, you know. Some have argued say but for the and forgive me for the want of a better word, the intransigence on the part of some of the demonstrators, no, and kadi yehu
intransigence in any day.
Because based on the section I read out to you, no, the police had the power to control and direct the route demonstrators never fast.
Okay, my main church was Amra Nimuye. You see, that section 2 you read has to do with the police having the power to direct demonstration on an agreed route for a demonstration. TMU law no section 1 no mekanya chiro e say so obi pese oye special event say oye chira e was all track crata akoma police na at least omo 5 days notice and sana 5 days to the event no kobo police for amane na wo bo ma mane a chire da wo beye dwumadi no e bra wo beye dwumadi no e kwan a wo be fa so what the me John say
the proposed route and destination,
yes,
and a time of closure of the event.
Exactly. Now, one more information we are a police for a share. Na ujumedie no ye ma okwan say ya ebetumi de ntokwaba basa yaba na ebetumi obroni say and a lawyer for say ebetumi undermine public order, public safety or the running of essential services on these reasonable grounds. So police for was our reason on reasonable grounds. And you say obebo ni team kaka basically. What do you say? Then police betumi aye nyema mienu pe. Obetumi aka tro say postpone demonstration na ye ne da foforo. And now say change the location. Baby also be no sisano. That means they can ask you to change your route. Now mrana says our police for kasa achrew. Now omante wonka after about 3 days you can double check that. And I say o catch our police for say you don't agree with omo request. It's not an order, it's a request. Yeah. You don't agree with that request. And mrana say any police for court.
In that subsection 6, where the organizer refuses to comply with the request under subsection 4,
yes,
or fails to notify the police officer in accordance with subsection 5, the police officer may apply to a justice or the chairman of a regional tribunal for an order to prohibit the holding of the special event.
What did the metro say? Into police ultimately stop the demonstration. I just said when you court order.
Yes.
Now when you court order no, and you final. Because the court order will come from the High Court. And the High Court dia some normal ruling na enye ni no.
Yes.
Say the person here demonstration if we say on the High Court no nya adwen a. Obetime peace no akọ court of appeal. Na akọ court of appeal no mpese order na High Court na ma no ebe ye adwuma. Obetumi apply say court no fa tabo nto sa High Court order no so. Eno ye friend application for stay of execution. Kopem say ye be di appeal na wie. Ni nyina ye mra ni bia anameboa na ye yes anyema ni nyina wi a ya agree on route no and a section 2 ebam where the police is not giving power say demonstration e course no obe make sure say demonstrators ni be use the approved route na so mo ye bibia ebetumi akoso traffic on that approved route and ebetumi de basa ya ba then they are giving powers to disperse the crowd and the keka ho. Are you getting me? So yenyan section 2, ye was section 1. Arise Ghana for see a demonstration. Emrane senka 5 days at least yama police for notice to the event. Ye jim ready na ye pese bibia ye be ye ya sumdwe nti. Obi unim how many days notice e dem police for?
Almost a month.
20 days notice. E wi atwere kan ye sanso postpone ko animu 7 days. Te be 27 days notice. Obi hwan eno oye ntitire ni a opese oye basa ya obekwa akobo police wa mane 20 to 27 days to nijumedie say bebo me ho ban. Who does that? That in itself should tell you something about the mindset organizers of the demonstration, which is the leadership of Arise Ghana. Ye defeat jumedie na say right from the get go ye adwen say e see a diga na mraso na de ye be ye bia na ya somdwe. Ti kasa police for me boban. Ye de letter no come police for no. Obi tie mi yo. Ye Bernard Mona and a sign letter no. That's Justice for Ghana.
Okay.
Penny, former national chairman PNC. Oko regional police commander the letter no come out no. Senka letter the enkawaje, I fake run a mobile file, I could process, most mobile discuss yesterday. Because you have 20 days to the event. Or call your police for an transit. Train, you bet typo reply the amount is here. So they didn't even deliberate on the route. Almost letter by Obi almost say route na almost mobile fast on the empine so. And until Munyusu route to be a friend of traditional route. Or more police for not to route be the traditional route. Just a route they be I don't hear the demonstration and on a emphasis. O man my reason be o man can say mumu route na mo be faso demonstration e di kan e say be no 2 days continuous non-stop. Until you be no 21st and 22nd. Yeah, say day 1 you be kwa converge was circle 12 to 3. After 3 you be move after ring road. Na you do akwaje interchange ya branch ya ko Jubilee House. Enye Jubilee House inside near kwa na Jubilee House in no ye call Christ the King traffic light.
Car kwine so na mubejina.
Not even car kwine so Christ the King traffic light there. Then you are talking about a kwine e call cantonment no.
Yes.
And ya ye demonstration bebre akọ Christ the King traffic light. Even and Omanpenye Kufuado ya ye demonstration. I was always for gun violence. Ye who demonstration called Jubilee House entrance a co-presented petition. Indeed, that was the location we gave the police. Almost say yempemu route or mama ya reason. Almost say 48 hours now most mobile demonstration. Yenti be mama hobai or mama ya reason bia. But Marane say if you are going to ask for a relocation or you kind of say the postponement, it must be on reasonable grounds. The demonstration, the be didn't acquire the abba. And teacher, there no route no date no one a bit to be didn't acquire the abba and a bit to me the basa abba. And I read to me now, Yadiama police for now. The restriction or limitation of the duration of a demonstration can be postponement or relocation. That is the power. Postponement is not the same. Postponement, and they say, me say me ya dear Jorda. We say we ya ne Jorda ebe hadrin yen wukuda. Relocation is me say me ya dear ewo tema. We say there be we ne side ya semba ba ko yen nima. And now me say me fa we say there be fa kwan fufuru we so. That's relocation. None of these two things are a police for running more kwan so mutimi request ma was son no. Talks about say police bet me akaso be demonstration for 30 minutes. And now 1 hour. And now 2 hours. The law doesn't give the police the power, the right to restrict the duration of a demonstration. It is not in the Public Order Act.
But the police can indirectly restrict the duration of a demonstration through a court order they would get from the High Court. If they argue
the court will
the court. Because in this case,
the court would have erred.
In this case, the court, after the application of the police,
and that is why we think that is why we think the High Court erred, because if the High Court is going to make an order based on any application of police for the ABBA, it should be with regards to dates which the court may ask us to postpone, or the location which the court may ask us to change. But where a court is going to say demonstrate, any time you remember, court can say demonstrate for 5 minutes or demonstrate for 30 minutes. Demonstration there, okwa mama biswa. Ebe mutimi demonstration 1 month, ni demonstration obi meboa. Ni demonstration. So the duration is not there. That's the point I'm making. The Public Order Act has not said anywhere that the police or a court of competent jurisdiction can restrict the duration of a demonstration. That's the point I'm making. And Obi Meboa won't show me which section in the Public Order Act says so. Enti omode za letter nema regional command. And yes, you get letter come on the same the 1st June as I'm making you. Say yes, you name on yadwin because mo my reason be a chere say ye kwan ya pese ye fa so no e de ntokwa beba na e betumi de basa yaba. And a mama your reason be as well say 48 hours a police for muntimi mo home by because police for mo board bind the bia today ntin be demonstration 2 days na 2 days per so muntimi mo home by e was say ya oka say ye wodwumadie foforo bi wo baabi ana adwumadie kase bi beba Ghana ye hia police for dodo wo nti ye nya a police for dodo ma mo bo ban obi o tell me John say you don't give us any reason and you want us to accept that whimsical request. So we said no. We were expecting them to go to court, but they didn't. Then assembly call to IGP. And we are told say IGP pow in Penyufo. Akesi pa omoda police service na no. Say omoni yenhia enim komo. Ne yere kwan ya yebetumi afa so. Akopret na yetimi ateki a decision on the matter. Nti your first meeting your call ye no. Asem krona na Penyufo ne kan. Say 48 hours na de wadodo omuntimi mo ho ban. Kwan na yesi yet be fa so no omompene so. But unlike the regional command, they gave us reasons. Almost more reason. Nyinane say terrorism attacks ACCC a bibrimu ha. Na say demonstration ye na de sanswa. And I say baby I see be kon ye cries the Ken traffic light wa terrorists for be attack Ghana. Asem mo kan no. Obi o sere. Almost say yeah peaceful demonstrators say omo my kwani ye traffic light na what cries the Ken na Jubilee House anymore na ni nkrofo kokasa terrorists for be attack Ghana. That is their reason. Na
baby who are na joa say danger.
And the terrorists be attack because ya call akujina cries the Ken traffic light anajo. And you be so almost na mo terrorism attack bia esi anajo. Because examples amodiama of terrorism attacks I see a bibri mu nyina no. Togo, Guinea, Mali, Burkina Faso ni de keka won obi. Esi time Bisao enye wia. And you be say mo terrorists ono de demonstration I terrorism attack da. Ohun obi a also terrorists or koto bomba say baby na okwakutu abanyagu. No use demonstration be si Africa hada. Examples amodiama ye nyina no nobody did any terrorism attack bia on the back of a demonstration. Yes say most mo my uncle Kaiser King traffic light e Jubilee House anymore any uncle for uncle kasa. But mo say ye betumi akọ parliament. Mo say ye betumi akọ ministries. Adentina Jubilee House anymore the entimi nko. Ade na ye executive legislature and judiciary meboa. Inti ye bet legislature mrache bedwafo de ye betumi akọ parliament anymore, not inside, in front. The frontage of parliament. Ade na Jubilee almost say what the security zone. Ni say na parliament any security zone. Say na police for be answer that question na minim. Because they couldn't answer. There be some ministry say a security zone, they couldn't answer. Because clearly that reason sebi in preduasa na ento asumu.
We mu na before police ebe court no.
Yes. Enti ye twen na no eno mo ka say monko dwen de ye aka no. Meeting na ye joda. Na wuku da momra na yenye second meeting.
Asempa FM.
Me joda meeting ko na me mini obi o. Bernard Mona nom ne other members ne koye. Ti wuku da na me kobi. Me kobi, so I was the first person to speak. Ye kwa no bisa say the other two manim da no madwen ho akosi sen. I me say oh ye de enke ye hu bibi boni bia wo ho say ye be ye 2 days demonstration non stop. And as a kwan ya ye say ye be fa so nke ye be fa so. Ba ye mpese twe ma mentwi bia beba. In the 2 days demonstration na mompa yate ye twem. De maka na yaje atum. First day ye be ye demonstration 12 ni upon 10. Second day ye be ye demonstration 12 ni upon 5. Almost say oh my dear ye da mo ase. We na eye de ye bonyo so na nya se yetia demonstration no. Ti monya agi we atum ni de ye ni problem bia. Ekwan ya mo be fa so no we na ye debate about security zone ya de ye kan ye ri echi no mote ase. Si ebetimi afa o. Ti ye demonstration ye meeting second meeting na
Ring Road Central.
Jubilee House.
Abesi Jubilee House.
Nti ase ye adwuma at that meeting. Nti ye meeting na ye ko. Ye wo 13 June. 5 days after that meeting no. In fact ye meeting no ko say oh agreement ya ye fan to paper so ne amend the earlier notice. Nti amend the earlier notice no ye den e ko ma wo mo. Tiwe yet 13 June any answer can letter be from police. Obi letter ni de wo mu nyina ne say amendment of notice of demonstration. Police info na letter yama Rise Ghana. Na ti sa Rise Ghana for ye ntitira sem for ye ntiasem wase a oditi the police for dance o modify ho. This is the testimony of the Ghana Police Service about Rise Ghana. We acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 8 June 2022 on the above subject matter. and wish to thank you for your cooperation so far towards the organization of your intended demonstration. Police force omo da yase. E wo kwan ayafa so e de obua ma omo ne omo dinkita ho with regards to the demonstration. This kind of cooperation is necessary to foster stronger relations between the Ghana Police Service and the public we serve as we continue to deepen our democratic credentials as a country. We have, however, observed your proposal that on day one of the demonstration, you hope to start from 3 p.m. and end at 10 p.m.
Asempa FM.
From the security perspective, we are of the view that allowing the activities of your demonstration to go into the night, where we will be under the mercy of the cover of darkness, we are catching Jubilee House anymore. No, Kenya Shren ho de bia isuma hoda. Na yankasa so the extra light, but they were still talking about darkness into the interior. Where we will be under the mercy of the cover of darkness could have serious security implications in the light of the national security alert on possible terrorism threats. We therefore wish to urge you to start a lot earlier than 3 p.m. so that you can end before night falls. Obi, Ghana, you can say before night falls at a time, babe.
That should be around 6.
Thank you. This is the police proposing to us to close by 6. This way, the police will be better able to provide adequate security and ensure the safety and security of all demonstrators as well as the general public. We must once again reiterate that we appreciate your cooperation in our previous engagements and look forward to providing you the needed protection during the demonstration. This is the testimony of the police about Arise Ghana. Look at how they commended us. The Metisen issue statement referring to us as rioters. Now, Manfu Miki comments via.
Yes, sir, and no, yeah. Those are statements after the fact. The fact being what happened.
But this shows how we started. This shows that right from the get-go, we did everything right. We followed the law. We acted peacefully. We cooperated with them. We made compromises. We accepted their requests on different occasions. In the model letter we buy, not just Obi. Location, location was them.
No way a time, no more easy.
Omoka Jubilee House, who was my uncle. Time, closing time. So 22nd, and I actually letter come out. And you catch almost a the Amakano yate. Yebepon, Yanemo Yadrin say Yampon before 10. And unti your next meeting, Yabeno. Yan discuss it. Na you time potting ya depon because Maka before 9 falls. Let's be specific. What you say? So yeah, actually much demonstration. No, yeah, started 12, not 3. Convergence point yet time 12. By 3, near converge we. Why? Because your person mo be kwa adwuma ko pe bibia bedi no. Etimi wie no mo be kai ho. 3 ye nantia wi say obi 3 enya na dwe Ghana. Ye be drew Jubilee House, circle to Jubilee House say by 1 hour maximum near drew. Ti 4 wi enya na dwe. By ye drew ho na speeches ni betimi awa because ni ekuaku join Arise Ghana no omo ye be aduasa. Na se ba ku bia kura be kasa 10 minutes eno nkwa 3 hours eno ntini ya mamo sa time no na hwe 10 no kura ni emmo ne yapon because ye kasa wi aye gina ho ye de e wo se ye ma demonstrators ne ko na the next day na ye 12 no metimi anya hoden asori aba obi so ultimately. So it is not even in our interest to make the program drag, but obviously because of the time we're going to move, which time was based on we allowing other stakeholders to join us, you know, and the number of speeches adiebe kakra. Enti yaka na director of operations na ye share one office. This UP Siraj. Also when ye 6 p.m. na mompon. Most 10. And ye am right in na yenti ye nwase. Very good police officer. So you guys okay. If 8 yate. Sana moka yate as any sorry ko e. Obi ye de enim say ye wie ye be ye demonstration ya boy ye dawro nyina wie. Afaka na mienu ye be demonstration a police force ye court. Omo di kan propose 6 p.m. Esan so ti ase say yenko 8 p.m. Ni yempon the one no. Afa de omo so omo court say yempon 3 p.m. Yes na we dey den betom. Ensa mankrata no so a ye de ama comrade Bernard Mona. Ye kra ya ama yibi. asem no kodu court wa a police for mo me bum nkro na court emu a police for say enya ready ya ho bo anso ye enti court to asem ne sheda ansa na ya ba bi di asem ana ma me judge oti adwom say na say demonstration ade a chia na ye be ye no enti min to asem ne sheda na just demonstration mo pese be ba so ana omo say but and more na the response be about was say omunya time no mo dey respond na ya no pa be no nkono na ma me judge oti adwom say we dey ontimi ntu nhyeda to rule tia police for say omo mpo asem no e be ka ne sada no nti 11 am odi ahye na omo kokan ye kokan no asem ni nyina wie ye no de judge kan ne say demonstration ni mra so ni mum emma yen start anopa no wotwe
na mompon anwumre no nine
ho ne ye ka say ye ka say ho de
na mon chance in free of Brassport enko wie we
independence ko yen fat UC Faris ko enko wie ho ne ye ka say we di adabraka ye da court asese wo say yen demonstration but at this time here you do untumi sisa time ne da. How will you change the time? You will go to a shaman odododio all these constituent crow wall ejokuku and go and announce to the people there, because Anchorphone you can't issue a press release and say that they will read the press release. So how are you going to communicate the change of time? It means the demonstration will be a flop. So we have to stick to the time. We have to stick to our route. So the end was here court akasa. So when the court nyadwen kra mra no I just say what could peaceful file appeal. No why application for stay of execution. One year my Bernard Mona and a lawyer for Koya appeal the same day a file stay of execution. Stay of execution say and san ye be di appeal ewie no court emma order say sa order na high court na dika ama no enye dwuma.
Yes.
And yes bailiff registrar of high court crowd the cover letter to so yem fan come police for omo headquarters. Nye Kwanchan police station headquarters. Court bailiff drew no den krata ne koma police for. A police for omo na enforce mra ne say, "Oh debi orders from above." Say my nye any document or process from any court. Inti bailiff ni kan no masem nyina police for say onko.
Police ni be na cancer.
Oh, according to the bailiff, no police for will share or more at the reception.
Headquarters.
Yeah, headquarters. I don't have any names, but I'm sure you be a bailiff now. Obi to me my details. Yes, why must the police do that? We work or court. Not just what you court today. Now obi di akọ court no man samankrata. I know there was a one year. So you know, omo nye because omo your madwen dada di omo be. By
your expectation is that omo jesa bailiff document how call or the call na. Automatically, no, the stay no it take effect.
Me explain that
because
issue.
Of time, ninti.
Okay.
The
point is that. Se me ya order etia me se me nye bibi.
Yes.
Within a certain time frame. Na me mpreso. And it my appeal. Na my file stay of executioner. It would be stupid on my part to do the thing that I'm seeking to stay in court.
But it would also be stupid on the part of the police.
Yes.
Mono enya court order from the court to sit down and say we are not going to enforce the court
because
order.
They can also say what about if the application for stay of execution
fails? Absolutely.
That is correct. So at the chain you call demonstration grounds on there was this deadlock. Almost so many order. And you say your order has not been served on us. And you did not even serve us with the process in the first place. And two, in any case, the one you served, who is the second respondent, Bernard Mona, has filed an appeal and stay of execution. So you can't also enforce that order, which in any case you have not served on us. We also understand the position you have taken, that once the court has given an order, that is it. So let's come to a compromise. Route now, and when the same way in Abano, let's abandon that route. Yeah, Yatia say Yonko Jubilee House will be a Jubilee House. Yempen to kwa yempe confrontation bia because obi me do on the tension and na tension kitwa. So I wanted to de-escalate the issue together with the leaders of the group. The Nyeka said no, it's time to come to a compromise. Yeah, your original route no, omo court order against it. Almost route now you say emphasis. Yes, your application of stay against it. Into any omo how we can come to a middle ground. Into your proposal ya dem a say. Enka baby me answer say be Jubilee House on day 1, day 2 Parliament and the ministries. You Jubilee House ne free. Until day 2 parliament ni ministries no. Day 1 mama yanko ministries. Na day 2 yako parliament. Emejuma na ye mmerema wo nyina. You move by 1 2. You be do ministries. Acha 3:30. You be address yan krom 4 5 yapon.
And a ministries na mo person mu use still
you be use ring road
na dey abese
akwaje because we call ministries are here for was our 5 be short. Ministries akwaje then liberation road near ko to ministries. In fact, Senka police for no crack can say we dey mu use Farisco TUC na munko wie wo ministries aka obi asemoma almost a change na munko independence square. Yes, independence square ne ho na ekokasa ye ni nkomwa na egu won na ekokasa na ye ni statue ni si won na ekokasa demonstration ye tie nipa ye tie mpanyifo mu di oman so ministers oman panyin na so afo nti ye se ye ko jubilee house so mayenko o pa asema ka cha onyankopon so asa wo ka che mframa nti se ye ntimi nko president wa yenko ministries ni any ministers nko kasa
ba say court order na police enforce ne ka say presidency any rep no meje mo petition no independence.
No, I have not seen that in the court order and we were not even told anything about that me so me nyan hu ye enti ye ka sa na efiri say mo police for ya mo gia to me say second day ye be fa airwork abefa jubilee house animu akọ ministries it is a day 1 as a compromise in the interest of peace ye be fa ring road abesi akwaje akọ ministries but ne be won because second day no e hwa na ye be fa and also mo gia to there is no court order prohibiting that. To our surprise a police for ne say o my course o mo ne mo mpanyufo aka orders say montiase ne say eti bibia ye beka bia mo se montiase age say de mo nko am ka no de mo so mo ka no so ye ya file stay of execution application de antiase ene say na tia ene demonstration ko ye nya nante into de ye ko ene ye ko je mic ene ye nkrofo ni nyina kasa say ye pasumdwe ye mpentokwa we don't want any confrontation with the police omo mo ma ye mfa kwan we so nti ye mfa ho but almost kwan no mo se yemfa so no yeso yemfa so enko sa independence square ho because your application for stay of execution inti ye begina ya mire bi atwam Martin Luther King Jr. no ye peaceful demonstration of kwan bi so police for so ma ogina ne nemo ye begina wa ene ye gina ye baby ene mpanyifo ne protesters kasa na ekoso na ena police for because clearly na protesters na bang baby a police for na mountain blockade no so we saw them push omo keke crack any problem but you were pushing at that time no protester was holding a stone or anything none of them were armed etika mu push omo ne crack no mimi hu ye no I was granted an interview with Al Jazeera misinformed to go in front there to go and talk to the people to go back because Mimi can do ground, so that was the first thing I did.
Yes.
To go and talk to the protesters to go back to avoid a confrontation. Whilst I was speaking, I realized they had gotten close to the police people again. So I was rushing there when I saw the police pushing them. By the time I realized tear gas flying everywhere, tear gas
to disperse the crowd.
To disperse the crowd, which is an unarmed crowd, which crowd had not been violent. So at that time, was that tear gas and rubber bullet, a necessary action, an action which was necessarily required, because that is what Section 2 says. I disagree. I don't think that at that stage it was necessarily required. It was during that time, and as I ya publishing the picture, police in Nina obesha a rice gun atari koko, she trouser tuntum no, udi kan tobo.
Ono ne tobo.
First, me I saw him. And it is for that reason that Bernard Mona and Mr. Bernard Mona, Prince Derek J. and Baba Sadiq, leading members of Arise Ghana, and Mocheno, and then come a police force. When the decanter of Bonamoncheno, a police force, Monko, and Moshedon. Omo actually mean a Kwano decanter born Yajan. Why? He's a policeman, planted as an agent provocateur to cause trouble.
And the police for no will plant somebody. Say, Omrame to one famo police for.
Na bono to you know who told you because the distance between baby and original to bono who told you so to bono say nko police for you see ebi mutiti mu fie no mo social media so ka de yomo de the gap between where the guy stood to throw the stone protesters ni bebre gunanim nti ntimi ka to bono say nko police for na police for no be kita shield nti to bono na wa na to abo police boy for no and that is why the guy in that pandemonium, leaders cannot do anything. Are you getting me?
In the neutral first stone, no? Other stones,
that other protesters also started throwing the stones when the rubber bullets and the tear gas were being thrown. They started. I will not deny that.
Because during the problem, the main Thompson and Rexoma Mobaha, and a Mibusa almost said, na abuono, why am I to Troy? Omo and they say, cycle on abu ni baby, and to Omudi Omu baby, abu, those were
the early hours.
But the number of stones we saw, where were they from?
Obi, I've seen a video of some guys, young guys, standing. That place you can find a stone. And Obi to one it off from Obi super far too. So Sanya manager just a video near how it happened. No, the situation there a life and death matter. And into anya dia no be our that presence of mind to observe one to observe no fabo
but the car ties no mushie petrol gusu
that time no na attacks na ba ye prepare nipa moja ba. And still organizers were there. We didn't leave. Going into the crowd and talking to them, don't stop and to bo any way. Me angasa me ma car sound car ebijina runabout me free omunyina buy to calm the situation. So I said to calm the situation. Because bitia pai obi na mabu obi is to calm the situation and we're talking to them. Ye jina wa ye kasa no so ye kasa sana a police for the bus. Drive and you'll be saying, me say I was standing there driving at top speed into the crowd. Top speed.
And the man
I don't know. Yes, I don't know whether it was reinforcement, but even if it is reinforcement, you drive a huge bus at top speed in a protesting crowd. What will happen?
And no more video evidence of
everything is there.
Top speed, you know.
Everything.
No, I can't say unyina. Me say more video.
It was captured on video. I talked to the media men. They had their cameras there, so they were running. They thought say omu siabe bunipa, and I say we didn't know what was happening. Then we tried to calm down the situation again. Yejina ho ni nipe aboto to ni nyinachi. Ye calm down the situation. Address a crowd. No, we told them to be peace. The situation had normalized. Then by 4, these policemen saw a former national security coordinator, Totobi Kwache. So, senior people in this country, they didn't even give us the courtesy to come and tell us that, Masa, if you're above 4, so we don't need you here, end your speeches and go. No, like I said, when you told us to end our speeches and go, cry NTA. Top speed, another, coming there, throwing it in the direction of Totobi Kwache, baby, I'm paying you for Nijano, baby, a national chama Munijano, and the Bernard Mona Mujinano. So, deliberate not to disperse a crowd, to cause harm. Ade.
Indiano na
circle and now circle and nipa nyina ho there na was circle ntia say ye gina ho kra there na de beba circle ugina circle a public property be na wo there na de beba nipa gina ho keke 8 years speech oh enti gidi no it was not necessary and as leaders pass
as a leader, do you regret what happened on day 1?
I regret the conduct of the police.
You don't regret the conduct of the demonstrators?
Well, with the benefit of hindsight, and if we had that opportunity to control them, we would have, and they would have listened to us. Yesterday, the amount of demonstration here, said there were no tensions, though. Given what had happened the day before, there were undercurrent tensions. But anytime we spoke to the demonstrators, they listened to us. You do Jubilee House, some people wanted to stay there. We told them, no, move. And they, if we found Elwak, by Jubilee House, nothing happened. You call ministries, nothing happened. You call parliament, nothing happened. So why no problem if you know?
Sammy Gyamfi, what next for Arise Ghana?
Arise Ghana by Monday will announce the new dates for our demonstrations. We'll give you the location. But that one will be peaceful, but far bigger, far more impactful than what we have done. If for nothing at all, I am happy. On day 2, I didn't think that people will come for the demonstration. I must be honest with you. When we went to press center and we were announcing that the demonstration will come on, we were only showing leadership and courage. But with what had happened, the intimidation, Obi, Me who police for do we da ewo baby. At some point I ask myself, is Ghana at war? Hey, I could dear. Demonstration you could be a gite sika will be a gite too. So the intimidation, the unprovoked attacks, I thought the people were going to be afraid and the people will not come out. But the crowd I saw, in fact, I had not even seen the crowd when we started moving from Elwak.
Okay.
When we got to Jubilee House and I sat on that car, the crowd I saw, I didn't think the people would come. That should tell you something about the spirit of the Ghanaian. You cannot oppress them forever. You cannot intimidate them and cower them into silence. They have arisen, they have sent a strong signal. Chrono na ye bre. Abani new COVID living free ho. Only baller tax in free ho. Only e-living free ho. Only special petroleum tax in free ho.
Okay.
Dollar no. Onya hu bibi na sidi nitimi nya hu odin biem. Bosian bo bebrebe omo bo mudi ni basa no munyai. Achimota forest reserve nsase omo ton no yempene. And the Japan so my so mudi be wi ayagudie no yenya den yempene.
We'll wait for the
and
press conference
until
on Monday.
that happens, we will not rest.
The demonstrations will continue.
We will not relent. Not just the demonstrations.
Okay.
So Rise Ghana, you will see us in the markets again. Okay. You will see us in every nook and cranny of Ghana until the leaders that we have elected listen to the people and take practical steps ebema ho kira ye womu no aba fom ne ho atoye because ye bre
Sammy mame nase ye besan edi nkomo bio lawyer Sammy Gyamfi and Moten Nkano, a leading member of Arise Ghana and National Communications Officer of the NDC.